My son was struggling silently.
Story
what I did changed everything.
Narrative.
True story.
Emily Thompson
had always considered herself a creature of habit. I realize how
Living in
blind
the
I had
quiet
been
town
to
of
my
Maplewood
son's
for nearly
silent
12
years. My
She
name
had
is
grown
Rachel
fond
Miller.
of the routine
I live in
that
a quiet
accompanied her
town in
suburban
Oregon,
life.
and I work
Every
as a middle
morning,
school teacher.
she would water her flowers
Life had
on the
always
porch,
felt busy
wave
but
at the
stable.
mailman,
My
and
husband
occasionally
Mark
exchange
managed
a
a
small
small construction
construction
business,
neighbors walking
and our
their dogs.
16-year-old son
It was the
Ethan
sort
was
of
the
town
heart of our
where
world.
people knew each other
From
by
the
name,
outside,
and life
everything
moved
looked
slowly
normal.
enough that surprises
But
were
beneath
rare.
Ethan's
But
quiet
one
demeanor,
warm summer
something
night,
was brewing.
Emily would come to
Something I
realize
couldn't
that
see
even the
until I
calmest
finally
places
opened
hold
my
moments
eyes.
that change
It all
everything.
started during
Her
the
neighbor,
fall semester
Daniel
of
Harper,
Ethan's
had
sophomore
moved
year.
in 2 years
He had
earlier with
always
his
been a
teenage
bright,
daughter.
enthusiastic
He was polite
kid.
but reserved.
When he was younger,
someone who
he
kept
loved
mostly
baseball
to
and
himself.
painting.
And
Emily
he'd
had
spend
seen
hours
him
drawing
passing,
superheroes
mowing
in
the lawn
notebooks.
or repairing
But
his
lately,
fence.
I
But
know
that
conversations
most
had
of his
never
time
stretched
locked
beyond
away in his
casual
room,
small talk.
headphones on.
Still,
The glow of his
she had
laptop
always
illuminating
appreciated
the
his
comfort
tired
of
face
knowing
at
that
night.
good, respectable
first,
people
I
lived
chalked it
nearby.
up to being a
On the
teenager.
evening when it all
After
began,
all,
everyone
everyone
was
says
sitting on her
teenagers
porch
go through
with a cup of
phases,
chamomile
right?
tea.
But
The
the
neighborhood
neighborhood
was
things
unusually
started
quiet,
to stand out,
except for the chirping
Ethan's
of crickets
grades
began
and the
to
occasional
slip.
hum of a
His
car
once
passing in the
vibrant
distance.
sketchbooks now
She
sat
noticed
untouched
Daniel's
on his
porch
desk.
light flickering.
He avoided
and
eye
for a brief
contact,
moment,
even with
she
me,
wondered if he
the
needed
mom
help
he used to
fixing
run
it.
to for everything.
Before she could
And
think
then
more
there
of
were
it,
the mornings
she heard
he
a
claimed
firm
to
knock
feel
on her
sick
door.
just to skip
It
school.
startled her.
I'd
It
find
was
him
nearly
staring
10 p.m.,
blankly at his
a time
cereal,
when visitors
spoon
were rare in
unmoving.
Maplewood.
I felt a
She
pang
set
of
her
worry,
tea aside
but I
and
didn't want to
cautiously
be the
approached
nagging
the
mom
door.
who pushed too
Through the
hard.
window pane,
One
she
evening,
saw Daniel
after a
standing
particularly
there,
long
shifting
day at
his
work,
weight nervously.
I came home to find
His
Ethan
usual
sitting
calm
on the
demeanor
porch steps,
seemed replaced
hoodie
by
pulled over his
unease.
head,
Emily
staring at the ground.
hesitated, but
The
finally
sunset
opened the
painted
door.
everything in
Good
gold,
evening,
but his
Daniel,
eyes were
she said
clouded
gently,
with something
her
heavier
voice
than
a mix of
teenage
curiosity and
angst.
caution.
I sat down beside
Is
him,
everything all
waiting
right?
for him to speak.
Daniel exhaled
but he
as
didn't.
if gathering courage.
He just sighed.
Emily,
I
rough
know
day.
this is unusual.
I asked
but
gently.
I need to talk to you.
He shrugged.
May I come
Yeah.
in? Just
Reluctantly,
school stuff.
Emily nodded
but I knew
and
it
stepped
wasn't
aside.
just school.
Daniel
My
entered,
gut told me
removing
something
his
deeper
cap
was
and holding
wrong.
it tightly in
That
his
night,
hands.
after
He
Ethan
didn't
went
sit
to
right
bed,
away.
I sat with
Instead,
Mark at the
he
kitchen
lingered in the
table.
living room.
I'm worried
pacing
about
slightly
Ethan,
before
I
turning to her
confessed.
with eyes filled
He's
with
not
intensity.
himself lately.
I don't know how
Mark
to say
nodded
this,
slowly.
he began.
I've noticed
but I need
too.
to make a proposal.
He used to talk my
Emily
ear
blinked
off about
in
baseball
surprise.
stats.
The word
now
hung
he
in the
barely
air
says
like a
2
heavy
words.
cloud.
We
She
agreed
gestured
to
for
keep
him
a
to
closer
sit
eye on
and
him,
cautiously
but
lowered
the truth
herself
was,
into the armchair
we didn't yet
opposite him.
realize the depth
A
of his
proposal,
silent battle.
she repeated.
The turning
her brows
point
furrowing.
came 2 weeks
Daniel,
later.
What do you
Ethan's
mean?
school called
His
me in
voice
for a
trembled
meeting.
slightly
His
as he
history
continued.
teacher explained
Emily,
that Ethan had
life
been
has been
withdrawing in
overwhelming
class
since I
not
lost my wife
participating,
years ago,
and he even
raising
failed
my
his last
daughter,
test.
working long
He
hours,
seems
and
distracted
keeping the
and
house in
tired,
order.
the teacher
It's been
said
a lot.
kindly. I've
Have
come
you
to
noticed
realize I
anything
need
at
help,
home?
companionship.
I felt my heart
someone
sink.
steady and kind.
Clearly,
and I
something
can't
was
help
happening,
but notice
and I had
that
missed it.
you have those
That
qualities.
evening, I
I'm
decided
not
to sit
saying
with
this
Ethan in his
lightly.
room.
I'm
I
asking
didn't
if you
knock
would
like I
consider
usually
building
did.
a life together.
I just quietly
Emily
entered,
froze,
carrying 2
it
mugs
felt
of hot
surreal,
cocoa,
as though she
He
had
looked
stepped into a
startled,
scene from a
tugging
story
his
rather
headphones
than her
off.
own living room.
Mom,
They had
hey,
never
I
shared
thought
more
we
than
could
neighborly
talk,
conversations,
I said,
handing
and now
him the
he was
cocoa.
sitting across from
For
her,
a long
asking
moment,
for a
we
future.
sat in silence.
She struggled for
Finally,
words.
I asked,
Daniel,
Ethan,
are you
unexpected?
okay? His
We
eyes
barely
welled
know
up.
each other beyond
He tried to blink
pleasantries.
back the tears,
Daniel
but they
nodded
fell
earnestly.
anyway.
My
I
heart
understand,
broke at the sight.
but sometimes,
He whispered,
you see
I
qualities
just,
in people,
I feel
even
like
from
I'm
a
not good
distance.
enough. I've
I
watched how you
froze.
care for
My
others,
son,
how
who had once
dependable you
believed
are.
he could conquer
I
the
didn't
world
want
with
to
a
let
baseball
another
bat
day
and a
pass
paintbrush,
without at least
was
telling you
crumbling
how
under
I feel.
invisible weight.
Silence
He
filled
told
the room.
me how he felt
Emily's
pressured to
mind
get
raced
perfect
with
grades,
questions.
to fit in at school,
Why now?
and to make
Why
us
her?
proud.
Could
He
he
admitted
truly mean
he had
it,
been struggling
or was
with
this the
anxiety,
desperate plea of a
staying
lonely
up
man?
late at night,
That
overthinking
night,
every
after
mistake
he
he
left,
made.
Emily
I
sat
feel
by
like
the
I'm
window
letting
long after
everyone
midnight,
down, he
staring at the
confessed.
streetlights.
I pulled him into
She
my
thought
arms,
about their small
holding him
exchanges
changes in the past, the times he had helped carry her groceries, or
You're
how he had
enough
fixed
just
her
as you
mailbox
are.
without being
We love
asked
you,
when a storm
no
knocked
matter
it
what.
down. That
Perhaps
was
she
the
had
beginning of
overlooked
change.
the quiet signs of
Over the
someone
next
who had
few
always
weeks,
been there,
I made it
watching
my
out
mission
for her
to be
in
more
small,
present for
unseen
Ethan.
ways.
Instead of
The
just
next
asking,
morning,
how
Emily
was
found
school?
herself face to
I
face
asked,
with Daniel
what
again
made you
as they
smile
both
today?
walked outside.
Or what was tough about
He looked
today?
tired,
At
perhaps
first,
embarrassed
he gave
by his
short
late-night
answers,
confession.
but slowly,
instead of
he began
avoidance,
to open
he
up.
greeted her with
Mark
a respectful
also stepped
smile.
in. I
He
hope
took
I
Ethan
didn't
out
scare
for
you
weekend
last night,
drives,
he said
just father and
softly,
son,
I
where
only
they
wanted
talked
to
about
be
life,
honest.
dreams,
Emily
and
returned
fears.
the smile.
We also
though her
decided
mind
to
was
seek
still
professional
unsettled.
help,
And
you
Ethan
surprised
started
me,
meeting with a
Daniel.
counselor at
But
school
honesty
who
is
specialized
something
in
I
teenage
respect.
mental health. Give me some
The
time to
transformation
think.
wasn't
And
instant.
think she did. Healing never
4 days,
is. Emily
but
replayed
little by
his
little,
words,
the
not
cloud
with fear
around
but
Ethan
with
began
cautious
to lift.
curiosity.
He started
began to
sketching
notice
again,
more about
filling
Daniel,
pages
his
with
patience
new
with
characters
his daughter,
and landscapes,
his reliability,
He rejoined
and
the
his
baseball
quiet strength,
team, not for the
slowly,
competition,
the
but
shock
for the
gave
joy
way
of
to
the
understanding.
His grades
Weeks
improved,
later,
but
on a
more
bright Sunday
importantly,
morning,
his
Emily
smile
invited
returned.
Daniel and
One
his
of the
daughter
most
over for
powerful
breakfast.
moments came months
It
later.
wasn't an answer.
Ethan
not
gave me a
yet,
folded
but
piece
it was
of
a
paper.
beginning.
Inside
They talked,
was a drawing of our
laughed,
family,
and shared
me,
stories.
Mark,
And
for the
him,
first time,
standing together
Emily
under a
realized
bright
that
blue
Daniel
sky.
wasn't just her
At
neighbor,
the bottom,
he was someone
he
who
wrote,
carried the weight
"Thank
of
you
love
for
and
not
loss,
giving up on
yet
me."
still dared to
Tears
hope again.
blurred my vision
The late
as I
night
hugged
proposal
him.
had shaken
That was
Emily,
when I
but
realized
it also
how close
opened
I
her
had come
eyes
to
to the
missing my
unexpected
son's
silent
silent
life could
cries.
take.
Now,
It reminded
when I tell
her
this
that
story,
sometimes
I want
the
other
greatest
parents
surprises
to hear it
arrive
clearly.
not with
Listen to
fireworks
your
or
kids.
grand gestures,
Watch their
but with the quiet
silences.
courage of someone
Don't
knocking on
assume
your
they're
door,
just phasing
asking
out.
for a chance.
Sometimes,
And though she didn't give
silence
Daniel
is the
an
loudest
answer
cry
that
for
day,
help.
Emily knew
Looking
her
at
life
Ethan
had already
today,
changed.
I see strength
She had been
where there was
reminded
once
that
struggle.
vulnerability
He's
could
not
be
just
powerful,
surviving,
and that
he's
even in the
thriving.
most ordinary
And I've learned
neighborhoods,
that being a
extraordinary
parent
stories
doesn't mean
are
having
waiting
all
to
the
unfold.
answers. Sometimes, it simply means showing up, listening, and reminding your child that they are enough. This journey changed us all. It made me realize that love isn't just in the hugs or the words "I love you." It's in the late-night talks, the patient listening, the willingness to sit beside your child even in their darkest hour. And that, I believe, changed everything.